Get off my lawn. Don't turn around in my driveway. And don't drive slow when you're in the left lane. Scooby-Doo-Bop-Bop-a-Deep-a-Doo-Bop-Bop. Surrounded by brilliance. What's up, Internet? Yeah, that's right. It's your favorite podcaster, Joshua J. Will, here with the Surrounded by Brilliance podcast. This podcast, I've been wanting to do it for a while, and so it was kind of created under the premise of bringing like-minded people together, and those people don't get offended by much. They probably get annoyed by a lot, which is a common theme here on the podcast. You know, there's a lot of humor, there's levity, there's some serious discussion, and you kind of get a glimpse into my brain, the inner workings of my brain, a self-proclaimed get off my lawn guy, and into my guest's brain. So we're going to hear some funny stories, some stupid concepts, and a whole lot more from some really interesting people, and definitely some not so interesting people, which is a great transition to our guest, who is Josh Ricker. He's he's what we call a repeat offender. He's been on the podcast before. I asked him to send me his bio. He spiced it up a little bit, changed it up. So here it is. Josh was born in South Carolina in 1980 to his family, or was born in 1980 before his family moved back to America's friendliest city, Delphos, Ohio, as a child. He's been married to his beautiful best friend, the Mrs. Rick. If you see his name on here, I believe it says the Rick. For almost 2 decades, and he's a proud girl dad to 3 teenage daughters who make every day beautiful. Oh, that's sentimental. Former DJ, a future Ohio High School Athletic Association Hall of Famer. We're going to touch on that. And a current top 100,000 employee at a top 50 Fortune 500 company. We're also going to talk about this.
That's accurate.
These facts, when combined, basically mean he's crushing life somewhere in the middle. One could say that that's the definition of mediocrity in the way you worded that, but we'll touch on that. So, welcome back to the podcast. How are you?
Good. It's Joshua Jeffrey. It's good to be back.
That's right, the Rick. So
the Rick is back. You know what? And this time it's personal.
Oh man, yeah, that's right.
To do that.
He's gonna be trying out for WWE here soon, guys. Watch out. Let's just go straight to it. In your intro, which I messed up in the beginning, but I don't care. And if anybody does, I don't care. A former DJ, a future Ohio High School Athletic Association Hall of Famer. Well, first of all, I'm not certain there is an OHSA Hall of Fame. We'll check. I'll have my people check that after this. That's right. See, I just create the illusion I have people when really it's just me doing this whole podcast.
You know what I'm picturing? I'm picturing Jack behind the computer with a headset.
Well, ironically, Jack is back here over my left shoulder. He's recovering because he had ACL surgery 2 weeks ago.
I saw that, yeah, and I've got one coming up 2 days from now.
Well, You have knee replacement, which essentially he had that because on a dog, they don't put a new ACL in. They shave the bone down and then figure it out, the joints, and then put brackets and stuff in there.
That sounds like what I'm having done, yeah.
So basically you and Jack are both, he's already bionic, right? Half or 3/4 dog, quarter cyborg, and you soon will be. So, because you're having knee replacement surgery, now everyone knows. So
yes.
Everyone well wishes to Josh. By the time this comes out, he'll be a week into recovery. So, but you can still send him gifts.
Absolutely.
We'll put a link in the bio. Just send them to me first, and then I'll make sure he gets them. So the future Ohio. So what are the qualifications for the Ohio High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame? Which again, we're not sure exists. But what are these qualifications, and how are you meeting them?
Well, I think you touched on one already. They expect a bloodletting, and I gave my knee to high school football, and it's been let's say a deterioration. Thank you. Ever since, yeah. If it wasn't for football, I'd be fine. I'd be probably doing jumping jacks and bouncing on trampolines.
Right.
But
Okay.
because I wanted to give my all, I sacrificed that and went ahead. And the doctor told me I probably won't walk by the time I'm 50. And I seriously, he did say that at the time because he never saw so much arthritis in a 17-year-old's knee before. But I thought it was kind of funny at the time, but it's kind of checking out at this point. So
Okay, so you're gonna make it into the Hall of Fame because you hurt your knee in high school?
that's one small piece of the puzzle. Secondly, I'm a two-time state champion. Thirdly, I mean, this is a resume. I know you're first team All State, correct?
I
Right?
was many years ago, but it's not on my resume currently.
For the Hall of Fame, it would be. See, I'm not first team All State, but I'm first team All Conference. But it is the MAC, and so there's some it
Okay.
comes with a little swag on it in itself. You put all these pieces together,
Yeah.
okay, and Hall of Fame.
Wow. Let's just play this out. If there is a Hall of Fame, and the and if what you just accomplished meets the criteria, I would say they might need to up the criteria because so to break it down, you had an injury, yeah, your team won two state championships, and you were all conference, which there's been a lot of all conference players.
It's all about presentation. You got to present it the way an ESPN documentary would. Suffering a devastating injury in his junior year, Josh, despite all odds, came back to lead his team to a state championship title. Blah 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 blah. You see what I'm saying? It's all about
Yeah,
presentation.
there. Yeah, yeah. You know what? A 30 for 30 on ESPN of you would be good, but they would need to. It needs to go like from high school up until now.
Right, but and that's the thing. I mean, this is a podcast. I don't have time to list all my accomplishments. I mean,
We're on
it's
a time limit here.
to the board. To the board, obviously, I would bring things up like, yes, I was a hot wing eating champion in Cincinnati. Yes, I was a hot body contest winner in Canada. These are parts of my life that may not directly, link to football itself, but they speak of my character and what I would
Okay.
bring
All right. All right.
to a.
Anyways, we're moving on. We're moving on. So real quick, you are a current top 100,000 employee at a top 50 Fortune 500 company. What's the I understand the top 55. So yeah, so you the place you work at is in the top 50 of the Fortune 500 companies. What's the top 100,000 mean? Is that an
Within
actual
my
thing or
company, within my company, there are my company employs 109,000 people. Out of that 109,000, I am somewhere ranked within the top 100,000.
I'm
And
guessing
I
there's actual
challenge you. I challenge
I'm
you
guessing there's
to
no
prove me
criteria
wrong.
for that. I'm guessing you're just playing the numbers and saying like I got to be better than 9,000 people out of 109.
If you want to dispute my claim, then the burden of proof is on you to do so. I don't think you can.
This isn't a
And
court of
so,
law. I don't. You know what? I'm going to give your company a call and ask, like, hey, is this true?
yeah, you'd be like, let us get our employee rankings out.
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny that I mean, normally I'll ask how things are going, but we're just shooting the shit here. It's funny you just said if I wanted to dispute this, but I did a podcast last week with one Mr. Phil Gunder, and it's going to come out 2 days from now, from our
Okay.
recording this,
I love Phil.
and I don't think we talked about it on air, but off air, he he's disputing the fastest sack in football. He's claiming it's a tackle for loss. So before we got on here, I didn't get to it, but I was rewatching some of the game to try to find it. After this, my people and myself are gonna we're gonna research it and dispel this myth that this may not even have been a sack.
What
It may
was
have
his
just been a
argument?
tackle for loss.
What was his argument?
That it was just a tackle for loss. That it wasn't a pass play.
You know, literally, I put it in such. My God,
How
you
would he
would
know? Because he's reading the lineman. I think he's saying the linemen are blocking down. Yeah. So we're gonna do
nobody
the
had
research,
nobody
and
had
I
a clue
think
what was going on because there was a flash of a camera and the play was over. Nobody
it
knew what
sounds
was
like
happening.
you're getting a little nervous. A little
I'm a
nervous.
little upset because I thought Phil was a good guy that had integrity, and to hear him try to bash me like this behind my back is a little disappointing.
Well, anyways, we're gonna do the research and find out. If need be, I'm gonna reach out to Lancaster Fisher Catholic's coach if he's still there and see if he's got a play sheet and can let us know what play was called. So,
You need to have a special edition of the pod.
right,
The
we've
second
got
football history uncovered.
yeah. We'll spend the whole
Blow
thing
the,
on cover it.
blow the lid off.
All right. So what's going on with you? What's new? We know you're having surgery in a couple days, but
Yeah,
summer just came to an end, at least for school. Kids are back in school. What's going on with you? What's new with you? What's new with the family?
yeah. The two youngest start back to school last week, and then Josie is actually a senior now. But she's doing all of her courses at Ohio State Lima. Actually, so basically, she's going to get her first year of college done before she graduates high school, which
Oh, that's
is
great.
really cool for her and really cool on my wallet because it's all part of high school. So getting
Right.
those college credits is awesome. But going on college visits, trying to get my mom, as you know, suffers from Alzheimer's. We got her moved in, trying to
Yeah.
get her house taken care of. All this stuff, this long list, I'm trying to get done before I'm hobbled. And yeah, not
So you got to get it all done in the next 2 days.
well, I'm coming to the end. I've got my checklist all checked. So yeah, there's just a couple little things done I need to do tomorrow, like mow the lawn and everything. Luckily,
Okay.
grass hasn't been growing very quick here at all because we haven't gotten any rain. So hopefully that'll hold off long enough so I can get back on the mower and we'll be in good shape.
Well, shout out to Josie for senior year taking classes at OSU Lima. Um, let's hope that she's nothing like you because if she is, she'll just hang out in the courtyard and smoke cigarettes. But uh, and then that actually not attend class, but just talk to her friends. Which Josie, if you're listening, I know you're not going to do that, but your dad did do that. Ask him. Ask him
I
about his
attended.
time.
I can at least think of one college class that I never missed and was on time every time for the entire class. Thank you very much.
Lunch.
Bowling.
Lunch.
Bowling.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, bravo.
Thank
Well,
you.
that's good. You got a lot of stuff going on. Did your mom's house sell yet?
It's in the how do you say? We've come to an agreement with somebody,
Okay.
so now it's
Well,
just a
that's good.
matter of the bank, giving the thumbs up and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good.
yeah,
Family's good.
yeah,
Mom's moved in. I typically ask the question, "How do we know each other?" on here. I'm not going to ask that because people have. If you haven't listened to the podcast before, you should. Josh has been on here. We've been friends for over 30 plus years. Went to grade school, high school together. Um, it's uh, it's quite a bromance, if we may say. So
yeah.
that's how we know each other. And Josh has been on the podcast before, and I think his rationale was it's always fun to talk, and he wants to be supportive of me. I assume that hasn't changed, but I enjoy having Josh on the podcast. One, because he's got a really cool name, and two, because he's a very dear friend, and we can yuck it up and have fun, and hopefully people will be like, these guys are, boy, they're really stupid, and I just lost 45 minutes of my life, but you know what? It was
Yeah.
worth it. So,
Yeah.
we're just
Also,
gonna go
also,
ahead, go ahead.
I'm sorry, the new Fourth of July, Mr. Fourth of July back there. he wasn't there last time. Like, that's quite.
That's no, those are going to go on sale on my Etsy here
Is that a
shortly.
poster?
So, yeah,
Nice, nice. I couldn't
it's
tell. I saw him on your other podcast, and I thought it was a. I didn't know if it was a cardboard cutout or what the deal was, or a fathead. And now I can tell I'm still the only fathead. Yeah, I see what you're doing. I'm not. I'm not partaking.
that's
Ignore
right.
it.
If you're watching this, let me know. Get you one for
Let you
sale.
know what.
What?
As you're doing this, let me know. Let you know what.
Let me know if you're interested in the poster.
Oh, the poster. Yeah, gotcha.
All right. So we got to do this though. What's when you hear the phrase "get off my lawn"? What does that mean to you?
I actually was thinking about it when I was doing my bio. Just thinking how we're 80s and 90s kids and how it just kind of now to me, I understand we annoyed them, the people that came before us, but it has to be worse now. It has to be because I feel like we at least had some common sense, and these people today, it's like I just don't know. I don't know how they came about, whether it was a lack of parenting or any good role models in their life or a book or two, like something that would tell you don't do stupid shit. And the get off my lawn part of it is us noticing them doing some stupid shit that kind of ruins everything for everybody.
Well, I want excuse me, I 100% get what you're saying, and I don't disagree. I also think that we're leaving out something important. This may sound like super crazy to people listening to this, but the more and more I move through this life and I just see the level of stupidity that surrounds us, right? The brilliance we're surrounded by.
Right.
Play on words there. That, well, one, you have social media, which has just rotted the brains of an entire generations and generations. So you have that, and then you step back and you're like, it just seems like a crazy, not crazy, I guess, but a weird psyop by another country that said we're going to destroy your culture from the inside out. It might take 30, 40, 50 years, but we're going to dumb your culture down by creating these narratives and this infiltration of social media. Um, we're living in a real life movie, also known as Idiocracy.
I could totally see that. Seriously, it makes
I mean,
total sense. When you train an entire population to stay indoors, just stare at your screen, this is your life, this is all that matters, you have to go outside sometimes. And so the very rare instances where these people go outside, they don't know it's all foreign to them. They don't know what the hell's going on.
what am I doing here?
They're fascinated by the freaking sky. Oh shit, that's fucking beautiful. They, they don't get it because it's not on their screen. So some of the behaviors are kind of there's an explanation I believe, and whether or not there's an entity behind it is yet to be seen. If they are, they're geniuses because it's working.
I mean, we know there's manipulation in certain aspects of things, but it's
Okay.
just it's just nutso to me. But a great explanation of what "get off my lawn" means to you. We're gonna go right into it. Get off my lawn segment. This is where we talk about the very things we're talking about now. These situations or scenarios that just make you turn your head and just be like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, why are you doing that? What? How can you be that ignorant, or how can you be so short-sighted to think that that's okay, or whatever it is, right? Something that just annoys us. So, Mister the Rick, what's your get off my lawn moment today?
Well, this is I I don't know if this is so much a you're not thinking, you're not, or whatever. This is something that just infuriates me. This is one of the few things that will get me yelling and cursing in front of my kids, and it
I can
happens more
relate.
often than you would think. But okay, so we're traveling, we're going somewhere in the car, all five of us. It's mealtime. We got to get something to eat. So we go through a drive-through. Okay. I want I want you to, if you can, just come up with, you're at McDonald's, come up with an order for two people and start giving it to me. Okay. I'll show you what happens. All right. I'm the speaker. I'm the worker. Okay. So go ahead.
So
Welcome to McDonald's.
I'm placing the order in
Place
this
the order.
scenario.
Yeah. Welcome to
Yeah,
McDonald's.
I'd like to get a grilled chicken snack pack with a
You
Diet
want that
Coke.
with a meal?
No, no, thank you. And I'd also like to get a double.
What do
Oh,
you want to drink?
I said Diet Coke.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, yeah. I want to give you my other order.
Okay, go.
Okay, yeah. Double
All
cheeseburger,
right. So with you say single or double?
number
All right. Yeah,
three.
that's enough. You see my point? This is when they cut you off. Do not cut me off. Shut your mouth, and I'll give you my order. And then, if you have any questions about my order, then
Jesus.
feel free to ask. But if I say I would like a cheeseburger, and you cut me off to say is it a single or double, I'm angry because I don't have time. I've
I
got, I've got 5 meals to give to you. I don't have time for you to be cutting me off, asking me a question about every single item. Just be quiet. I'm an adult. I, I've been through a drive-through before. I know how to do this. I don't need you to cut me off every 2 seconds.
here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say. Uh, okay, I get it. Two things. I'm pretty certain your wife, her get off my lawn was drive through people who aren't polite. So so it seems like you both have some negative.
Well, that's right. It
You
was,
have some
wasn't
you have some frustrations with drive through workers, which leads me to believe I'm making a sweeping assumption here that when you guys are pulling up to said drive through, I feel like you're probably already putting off some negative energy.
it? What?
Yeah. So here's what I would venture to say, because I'm sure there's some really great drive-through employees. I'm sure there's
Sure,
some
of
not so great
course.
drive-through employees. But if you're rolling up to my drive-through with this energy that I think you guys probably have, like, I, I'm as a drive-through worker, I already feel the energy,
I
right?
don't know. I don't know because you know me. I'm a nice person. I'll roll up. "Ah, good morning. How's it going? Looking forward to my freaking make
Uh,
fucking
yeah.
crap. Just
I don't
yeah.
know, man.
I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you the energy just explaining it. The energy you just put off there. If I was a drive-through worker, I'd be like, this guy's a giant asshole.
Well, see,
Look,
but I can also tell you about several instances. Like there's a worker at the Shawnee McDonald's when we used to live there. This lady is the sweetest lady you've ever met in your life. She handed out Christmas cards to every one of her customers. As they were going through, she knew your name every day because I stopped there and got a coffee every day. Beautiful people. If you put out beautiful energy to me, I am a Zen person. I'm gonna give it back. I love you. One world.
well,
Peace in the Middle East. I love it.
much like I'm keeping this list of get off my lawn moments, maybe you should keep like a murderer's row or a list of of drive-through fast food workers who have offended you. Basically, like on has it you go or no Billy Madison, his people to shoot list to kill list. Let me see, drive-through workers to insult list.
And if you're nice to me next time, just do the same thing. Just okay, he's good. All right, we're coaching.
Or you know what? I could see you being that guy that rolls up and you're just like, they're like, "Yeah, can I take your order?" And you're like, "I got 5 of them coming. Don't interrupt me. At the end, you can ask questions."
Yeah, please, and that's fair. I should do that actually.
Yeah, be
Please hold on.
proactive. I want you to
Please
do
hold
this.
on questions till the end of the presentation.
Do this for the listeners and the watchers. The next time you go to a drive-through in this situation, have Mikey record it. And you need to say that. You're like, that'd be some great content.
Yeah, seriously, I will. I will.
How do you make this? How do you make that a positive, Josh?
Well, I guess the positive I'm getting out of this right now is I told you And you pointed out, well, maybe I'm the asshole in the situation. So the positive is maybe what is happening right now. I'm going to change my ways and be a kinder person when I pull up to the drive-thru window, or just skip the drive-thru altogether because it's not that healthy.
Those are two great options. I think that if you go up there and you politely say, and when they ask for your order, you say, "Yep, just 1 second. I have 5 of them coming. Let me give them to you, and then you can read them back to me or whatever." And just see what feedback you get. Someone might be like, "No, that's not our policy here at Taco Bell. I have to ask after everything." So,
Single word, what you mean?
all right. So here's my get off my lawn moment or situation here. Road construction workers. Done. I don't think I even need to say anymore. How frustrating. I mean, if you do road construction and you're watching or listening to this podcast, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. There's nothing more frustrating than waiting for someone with a sign that says stop because it's one lane and people are coming from the other direction, and you wait there for 10 minutes, and then you drive through and you see 7 guys. One of them's working. One guy's working, right? And they're not even trying to be they're not making it a secret. They're just sitting there shooting the shit, smoking a cigarette, doing whatever they're doing. Nothing is more infuriating.
I, I saw
I
that.
mean,
I saw that today. I was taking my mom to one of her doctor's appointments, and we drove by. We saw that exact scenario because I literally said, "Oh, that's interesting. The state can afford 5 supervisors, but only one employee. That's really weird."
well
So
then
yeah,
yeah, then you've got the guys that are trying to be sneaky because as you're driving, right, they all have their vehicles parked there. You got the one or two guys that are in their trucks. Yeah, you're sitting in your truck. There's one guy on an excavator. You got you got a guy here and a gal down there at the other end holding the stop sign or the flow sign. And then you might have another guy with a shovel somewhere doing something, and the other 6 guys are just standing there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nothing more infuriating. And if people are going to be like, well, the other guys they put up cones or did other stuff before that. You just caught them in a moment where they weren't working. Bullshit. They just stand around. And that's why it takes 6 months to fix quarter mile of road.
Right, right.
Anyways,
Yeah.
how do I make that a positive? You don't make it a positive because those guys are assholes. No.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe you're saving them from going through like a reconstructive knee surgery or something because they're resting their bodies instead of putting them through decades of grueling work out on the highway.
Maybe the positive would be uh, if if at some point in your life you thought that your tax dollars were being utilized in an efficient way, this is your wake up call to know it's not. Okay, it's one of the 150,000 things to show you your tax dollars are not being utilized the proper way. So vis-a-vis, the positive is it's an educational piece for you as the driver to not just be you know to just learn about basic economics and tax policy. I don't know.
Or stop
That's
paying taxes. Go off the grid.
Yep. There's your positive.
Just move up in the mountains. Go off the grid. Don't leave a forwarding address. Just be done
Oh
with this BS system.
well, and here's the thing too. The guy and the gal who are holding the signs, those are either always in the summertime. Those are like the summer, just the summer help. The kids that
Yeah,
are in college, they
yeah.
just give them the shittiest of jobs, which I don't have a problem with that. Like you got to get out there and do some shitty
Yeah,
stuff and learn.
earn your stripes. Yep.
All right, let's that finishes up our get off my lawn segment. Let's talk. Let's do some not so rapid fire questions.
A nod.
What's your favorite thing about being a dad and a husband?
Whew, man, there's a million. Um,
Well,
I
that's
would say,
good.
yeah, I would say one of the things that's my favorite with being a dad is seeing yourself coming out in your kids. Yeah, like I see my youngest Harper, she'll do something, and I'm like, holy shit, it's this sounds kind of maniacal. It's working. Like when she does something that I can hear myself say or see myself do back in the day, and I'm like, that's freaking cool. That she either appreciates this song or just she'll say something, she'll be a smartass, but it works because it's really funny. Those kind of things. And it's just like, wow, that's really cool. And other than, I mean, just hanging out with them, like these little humans that like love you more than anything else in the entire world. And like, yeah. So that's
What
what
about
being
what's the
uh,
other part of that about being a
uh,
husband? What's your favorite thing about
being
being a
a
husband?
husband. Yeah. It's nice to have somebody. I'm trying to think of something kind of more unique and not just cliche. But it's nice to have somebody that no matter what happens. If you're really serious about this, no matter what happens, we might get in fights, we might get in arguments, we might disagree about stuff, everything. At the end of the day, you're still my equal partner in this journey we're going through. Like no matter what happens, you're there for me. It might get messy. It might get and there's messy, but then there's the polar opposite. There's going to be amazing times too. And despite no matter which side of the spectrum it's on, you're always here. I'm always here for you, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, someone that you can communicate with, like even that you can have the tough and difficult conversations, because that's the toughest, right? I think that's the toughest in marriage is being able to have difficult conversations with your spouse, but then like having the ability to work through things. I know that's something I think that Tony and I do a good job of. Like if stuff's shitty or whatever's going on, we can work through whatever. And
And I
that's
would say,
oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go
I was
ahead.
just going to say, it's easy to say you can tell them anything, you can do anything, blah blah blah, without judgment. But I don't even think that's true. I think there's judgment.
Yeah.
She judges me, and she'll call me out on my BS, and hopefully I do the same for her, but in a loving way and everything. I think it's more acceptance than judgment. I see your flaws. With me, there's probably some that are pretty damn obvious. It's not hard, but it'd be kind of laughable if she said, "I don't see anything wrong with you. You're just amazing." I
I
wouldn't
prefer.
even buy it. But yeah, she sees all that and still accepts me and says, "I still love you, and you're my partner and best friend." So yeah, it's pretty
Uh,
cool.
that's a heartfelt answer, and I didn't do this intentionally, but I am so glad that I did ask that question, and you went on a very heartfelt diatribe, because the next question, normally I would ask, would you give up your looks or your sense of humor at the age of 20? Da, da, da. But you've answered that question before. Many people have answered that question
So
before.
did she. Yeah.
However, of all the people that have been on this podcast, your wife is the only person to ever give. She's answered it's her answer was controversial.
I
Um,
know. Yeah.
Phil Gunder, I mean, I've talked to people about it. So she's creating some controversy around it. And rather than ask you the question, you know, you just talked about how you can talk with her about anything. I guess the question is, have you talked to her about her answer? Because her answer concerns me for you.
See, it shouldn't so much because I think we're almost on the same page. I wasn't shocked by her answer because I know her and I know how her mind works and it's always thinking and she's very practical about things. So yeah, she's told me several times, and I told her if something ever happens to you, I just really have no interest in getting remarried. I've done it, I've got you and I've got the kids and everything. The kids and the grandkids will keep me entertained. But she said, if I ever got remarried, it would not be for love. I've already been in love. And so she's very practical. And I accept it. I'm like, because if I'm gone, I want her taken care of. I've set up things that are going to be taking care of her. But if it takes her marrying some dude in the, I don't want to
Oh.
be offensive or anything, but who's unable to do anything much in life because of his age. But he's got buku bucks, and he thinks it's awesome that she's good looking. Write the check, bud. Take care
I,
of my wife for me.
I'm not sure how the Ricker family is going to come off after this podcast. There seems like they might come off as a family of gold diggers.
I think if anything happens to me, if this goes viral at all, that she's gonna have a hard time finding men to talk to because they already know what the plan is.
Well, here's I if I were a betting, I feel like that was a scripted answer. I feel like you guys communicated so well before you came on this podcast. She's like, "Hey, if Will brings up the fact that I would pick money over that I'm going to marry for money, you need to have my back. Don't throw me under the bus."
Nope,
I think
nope.
that she probably told you that before this.
My hand to God. And I'll even do this. I'll swear on Notre Dame and Stone Cold Steve Austin that we did not discuss it. So,
Okay.
you know I'm serious.
Well, the controversy is that entire situation. It instantly was you not being here. She's like, well, he's not here, and it was very well thought out. Anyways, I'm not here to judge. Well, there was a little bit of judgment, but I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on
Hey,
that.
like I said, judge, but then accept.
Judge and accept. All right. So you're taking a cross country trip in a Winnebago from Ohio to the West Coast and back. You can invite 3 other people other than your wife and kids. Who do you invite and why?
Let's see. 3 other people. Just for kicks, a good time.
Whatever. Yeah, you're taking. Well, it's a one. Yeah, there's no like, oh, we have to do this or that. It's just
Okay.
you're
All
getting a
right.
Winnebago, you're
Just for a
driving.
fun
Yeah.
cross country road trip. You
Yep.
said 3 people.
Yep.
I'm not just kissing up to the host. I would pick you. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you've been one of my best friends for, like you said,
Yeah.
probably Hayne.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's obviously
Because
a
he
good
picked
time.
you. Because he picked you.
Andy picked me. Andy picked me, and then man, a third.
Yeah.
The third's rough because if I say people, I'm going to hurt other people's feelings if they hear
Who cares?
this. I would probably bring Goaty. I'd probably bring Goaty. I was debating between him and my buddy Jesse, who you know, but I think nerves would be a lot more on edge between you guys and Jesse than Goaty would kind of
Oh,
right there, and it was
I
like,
don't. Jesse, I enjoy hanging out with Jesse, but yeah, I'm glad you picked Keith over him. So, but the
I
question
love.
was why? Why'd you pick those 3 people?
Yeah, seriously, and it's one reason that kind of, well, I guess 2 reasons that kind of cross the board with all 3 of you. You're the 3 funniest people I know, and I mean, if you know me, you know I appreciate comedy more than most things, so I just want to laugh as much as possible. So that combination, that 4-way we would be having would be would be a laugh riot the entire time, and also you're good guys. You know, I know funny people who are freaking assholes. You couldn't count on them if something happened, they'd bail on you and everything. I know you 3 have good values. You know right from wrong, and when it comes down to it and everything, you need to be there in case something
You
did
know
go
right
sideways.
from wrong. You guys, you are a grumpy old man. You know right from wrong.
Yeah, I'm saying it wrong. I guess what I'm saying, it wouldn't even be right
We
from
have
wrong.
integrity, but we would have fun. Like we're not gonna.
And loyalty.
We're not.
If shit went sideways and we had to like kill a hobo, you guys would be quiet. I think you guys would be able to keep your mouth shut so we could return to our normal lives later.
On podcast on your third on the next episode that you're on, we'll have to do a deep dive into reasons you may have to kill a hobo. I don't.
I don't even know if there are hobos anymore.
I don't even know. That's probably not that's probably not the accepted term. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You got a stick and a bandana.
Unhomed train passenger person.
Oh, all right. Josh Ricker, or the Rick. Are you a stander or a sitter?
Standard.
You stand up to wipe your ass?
Hell yeah, man! You
Oh
gotta,
my God! I just lost so much respect for you.
no, you gotta stand up. You gotta make sure you get every
You're like,
nook and
you're
cranny.
like,
Well, I don't do that.
Well,
But
that's what the people watching think. No, don't
yeah,
don't.
because also here's a big thing too. Okay, here's a big thing for me. Um, you gotta, especially because I use a lot of facilities where the toilets are automatic flushers. Okay, if I wait, if I wait to stand up until after that, you can't see your work, and I gotta know.
All right, moving on. Look, if you're a standard, I've lost respect for you, but you should probably carry around dude wipes with you because that's the only
Well,
way
the
you're
other
gonna.
thing, but seriously, the other thing with using the automatic toilets, those things, I'm gonna laugh, but those things can go off when you're just wiping. So if you're not standing up, you could get the, on your, you get a little
All right,
water, yeah, and I don't want
a
that
little
either.
kiss.
Yeah, a little kiss of death.
All right, two more questions. What's
Yeah.
your favorite karaoke song to sing? What's your go-to karaoke song?
Uh, Probably Creep by Radiohead.
Okay, good
Yeah,
choice. Good choice.
that's a good
All right,
song.
last question, and first time I've ever asked this on here. Um, what? Oh, how did I word it? Yeah. What would you do to make this podcast better?
Wow.
I know.
Better guess, I guess, because I'm seeing who you have right now. No, the one thing I actually thought about it earlier when you did it. When you do the it's time for the get off my lawn segment, I think you need to have some kind of button or something. You hit get off my lawn. That's something or a little ditty that shows which segment you're going into. That would be a beautiful thing. Because
Well, we're,
I'll tell you one reason I would love that is because seriously, and I'm not even making this up. I'll be at work, I'll be driving my car, and I'll start humming to myself, "Get off my lawn, don't turn around in my driveway."
oh, look at that! He remembers it.
I do. No, I'm telling you,
Don't drive
it's stuck in
slow
my
if
head.
you're in the left lane.
She would do bop bop, but
I
yeah.
even have a buzzer.
I'm telling you, I do know because my girls will
Okay.
attest to it. Yeah, I'll be sitting around in the living room and all of a sudden I'll just break it out, and they're like, "Yeah." So yeah, but I think that'd be cool. Just a little, or edit it in or whatever.
I don't. Yeah. Well, that's just it. I don't really have people that I keep referring to, and I have an actual full time job, and I'm not that tech savvy with those things. I mean,
You just you
uh,
gotta dive in. You gotta dive in head first, man. Just quit your job, put everything you have on this podcast, and hope for the best.
uh,
That's how the
I'm gonna
greats
go
do.
let Tony. I'm gonna quit my job and I'm gonna do this podcast thing full time. I've got 100 plus listeners a week. There's got to be a way to monetize this to
You
fill in
gotta bet.
for.
You gotta bet big to win big.
Yeah, but there's also calculated risk. But yeah. All right. So Mister or the Rick wants sound. He wants more effects on it.
Perfect. Little more pomp and circumstance is all. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe even that. Maybe if you just said it's time for the get off my lawn segment. Wow, 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 wow.
What's this one? What do we got here?
See, every time I'm a guest here, we end up talking about bathroom stuff. So maybe just save that for me.
Oh Lord. All right. Those are all the questions I've got, and we are up against it. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming on here. It's always fun. I mean, he'll be back because he's gonna
Absolutely.
have especially have plenty of time when he's recovering from his double knee replacement. So, but I appreciate you. I think if you're interested in learning more about the Rick, I think you can find him on TikTok as Big Rick.
Big
What is it?
Rick Energy 78.
Big Rick Energy 78. It sounds like you'll get an education there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Big Rick 78. Check him out on TikTok. He's gonna have plenty of time to connect with you or review. You can look at his fun stuff because he's got some recovery coming up. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for coming on, and thanks everyone for listening.
All right. I appreciate you, man. Love you.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn. Don't turn around in my driveway. And don't drive slow if you're in the left lane. Scooby-Doo-bop-bop-a-deep-a-doop-bop-bop. Surrounded by real